Don't give me an issue getting back in, bro. Dude, you gotta be kidding me, dude. I'm gonna have to reload the fucking game now, and I'm probably gonna be stuck in a fucking queue because my internet, for some reason, just went ridiculous. Kicked me out of the fucking game, stopped my fucking stream. Like, what the fuck just happened, bro? Please, dude. Please don't let there be, like, a fucking 2,000 person queue now. Please, man. Okay, it's only 35 people. Let me go finish switching my laundry now. We switched over, got my coffee heated up, got back into the game. 3 more, I know. I just had to fucking reconnect for some reason. My internet, like, just freaked out on me a minute ago, man. Disconnected me from the game, ended my fucking stream. Like, I don't know what the hell was going on, but I know I got disconnected from, like, everything and had to reload it all up. Luckily, there wasn't a fucking 2,500 player queue waiting for me, so that was good, but... Izzy Kitty. Baby babies. What you doing, honey? How you doing this morning, brother? Yeah, I was gonna do Fortnite today, but
Dear
I looked
friends,
at my
pray accept my heartfelt thanks for your efforts in defense of Gridania's borders. I would fain dwell longer on my gratitude for the support of the Alliance, but the situation at Belsar's wall demands that we forego such pleasantries.
But yeah, I was gonna do. Yeah, we get to see the kitty. Yeah. Well, I was gonna do Fortnite this morning, but I looked at my my work app and looked at my schedule, and I actually work 12:15 to close the next 2 days. So I work like all day the next 2 days. So there's a chance I might not be able to stream for the next 2 days. So I figured, if anything, being that we've been streaming this a lot lately, trying to get up to the next expansion, I figured with me potentially not streaming for a couple days, you know, I figured that it would probably be best to just try to get it done today. Doing good, waiting on something to update. Nice. What are you waiting? What are you updating?
According to our most recent intelligence, the cocoon of light that formed in the air above the wall remains undimmed and unbroken. After measuring the cocoon's etheric concentrations, Archon Y'shtola has confirmed the presence of a primal entity.
So we must assume that Ilbert's thrice-damned god is indeed trapped within. And what news of the Imperials? They're not like to ignore such a spectacle.
No gamer program.
A Garlean airship was observed making an approach, but the vessel was destroyed when it drew near. The Empire appears to have made no subsequent attempts to reach the object.
The soldiers who witnessed the incident spoke of a lance of light issuing from within the cocoon, of an entire warship being reduced to smoking ruin in the space of a moment. Veterans of Cartano, meanwhile, likened the destruction to that wrought by the fiery wrath of Bahamut.
We could face another calamity.
So the Primal is awake then? Contained, yes, but for how long? We must destroy it now, lest it break free.
Agreed. There is, however, the small matter of how to get close enough to a being that swats warships from the sky as you would a bothersome gnat.
Is this truly so complex a puzzle? Or have you no stomach for the obvious solution?
What in the hells are you doing here?
Nero.
A pleasure to see you too, Garland. Now, if you'd be so kind as to explain to these good people why you should be begging me for my assistance, that would be most appreciated.
Who is this man?
You don't want to know, buddy. He was like one of the first bad guys we fought in the game.
Oh, how
who is now
terrifically
not a
rude
bad
of
guy
me.
anymore.
Nero Tolskeva, former tribunus of the 14th Legion of the Garlean Empire. These days, however, one might say that I'm something of a free agent.
What do you want, Nero?
I was getting to that. Although you already know what I'm about to propose, old friend. As you have rather belatedly realized, within that frail binding lurks an entity alike in strength to the great Bahamut, and the only force in existence which might conceivably contend with such a foe is the very creation which captured the Elder Primal in the first place. I speak, of course, of Omega.
Omega? That hulk has been gathering dust beneath the plains of Cartanal since the Allagans breathed their last. And none alive knows how to wake it.
I'm sorry? Do you understand who it is with whom you have the privilege of speaking? I'm Nero Tolskeva, Master Engineer, the mechanical genius who restored the Ultima weapon to full operational capacity. And as luck would have it, I am graciously offering you the use of my considerable expertise.
And what, you just expect us to accept? You're a fool if you think your deeds at the Crystal Tower are enough to win my trust, Nero.
Trust? You wound me, Garland. All those years, studying side by side at the Academy, sharing both trial and triumph, we were countrymen once, you and I. But sentiment aside, have you a better solution? Or do you mean to send in your vaunted hero there,
What are you doing?
as you always do,
What are you doing?
and pray the world is not engulfed in flame?
Come on. Come on.
Let us approach the problem in a rational manner. Does not the fact that Omega slumbers in stasis point to the existence of some overriding technology? A means of control?
Oh, babies. You don't like Nero?
I would ask a question,
Not many
if I
people
may.
do.
Nero, was it not? In the event that we succeeded in using Omega to shackle the Primal in the manner you propose, what then would become of it? Do we not risk repeating the mistakes of the Allagans?
Omega is but a tool. How we choose to employ that tool is entirely up to us. Of course, if you would rather leave it buried beneath Cartano while you continue your petty squabbles above, then I suppose that is also your choice.
Spare us, Nero. The Seedseer's concern is a valid one. He who controls Omega wields the power of the gods, the very power which led the Allagans to destroy themselves.
And does it not fall to we engineers to prevent such misuse? What was your company's proud slogan? Freedom through technology?
Got you there,
A creed you follow, is it? What say you? Do we take this villain at his word?
You're gonna ask me, aren't you? Damn. He does make a convincing case, as much as I don't like him.
He makes me grind my teeth, is what he does. But I suppose we don't have much of a choice. Would the Council be willing to entrust this matter to a pair of former Imperials?
Yes. The task of restoring the Allagan relic will be yours. but the responsibility for its reawakening must remain with the Council.
I
Do
mean,
we
what he
condone
says
this course
makes
of action?
sense. It does. Like, what he's saying does make sense to
Aye.
use Omega. We just gotta
Would seem
figure
we
out
do.
how to do it the right way.
Let the record show that we invest this contingent with the authority to enter Carteneau and take command of Omega. Sid, I appoint you leader of the expedition. Scions, I would ask that you assign some few of your number to escort Master Garland and supervise the other one.
I mean, he has... I would have said no, but I'll keep an eye at him. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, since...
We should be happy to oblige.
Okay, so...
The politics of Carteneau being what they are, I dare say our neutrality will prove useful in avoiding any unnecessary entanglements.
Okay, so real quick before I go to the next part. When it comes to Nero, we didn't really fight him. Like, Nero wasn't really necessarily a bad guy. He's just like, at the end of A Realm Reborn, you fight the Ultima weapon, which is like this big, giant, badass, you know, final end of the game boss kind of guy. And Nero was the engineer for the Empire that pretty much was working on the Ultima weapon, and he's the one that got it to full capacity before we ended up fighting it and beating it and, you know, winning. So it wasn't necessarily him that was in control of everything, but he was the one that got the weapon working that we had to fight against. But since then, we went to the Crystal Tower, and when we went and did the whole Crystal Tower arc, he showed up, and he actually helped us quite a bit in the Crystal Tower thing. So he has kind of been showing up here and there, trying to kind of, like, make amends, I guess you could say, but he's just a super sketchy character, because he was, at one point in time, a part of the Empire, so he was, at one point in time, the enemy. Then again, Sid,
If I am not mistaken,
our
Doma
engineer,
occupies a similarly
is
neutral position.
also
Might we not persuade you to join the
Darlian
expedition,
as
Lady
well.
Yugiri? If you suspected any foul play from Nero, you would be welcome to kill him.
My blade is yours.
Not a moment's hesitation, eh? You'll forgive me if I do not shake your hand.
No, that's the thing, is that, like, this isn't about the Ultima weapon. This is about using Omega to pretty much seal away the primal that's inside of the big ball of light that Papa Limo sacrificed himself to contain it inside of. Come on, get out of here with this freaking crap, man. And you get reported. I don't want to see that crap in my chat. Get out of here. But yeah, so it's just it's a lot to understand. It's a lot to take in and understand. Well, that was a rather unexpected development, and one which raises a number of questions, not least among them how Nero chanced to learn of the council meeting in the first place. Sid and the others are assembling at the airship landing. Elise is already on her way, and I would not do to lag too far behind. Let us be off. Alright, yeah, getting there. Should be able to get it done before I gotta end the stream. Shouldn't really have an issue with that. Yeah, see, now that I'm past level 60, I could do the Gunbreaker if I really wanted to, but... Ooh, Itinerant Moogle, that's what I needed to find. I guess there's something I can trade here for something with him. That looks pretty chill. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Now we come down here to the airship landing. Oh yeah, that's right. I always forget they don't actually let you jump off of here. You have to go around. I always forget they make me go around every time. Psychotic, Elfino, ready to go? The others have stepped out onto the landing for a moment, lest you wonder. Nero insisted that he be allowed to inspect the Excelsior before boarding. And you let him? Despite his very timely offer of assistance, the thought of that man poking about in the workings of the ship without proper supervision does not fill me with confidence. Calm yourself, Elfino. Your sister was adamant that he would never leave her sight. She and Yujiri are... well, here they are now. Izzy, what you doing? Right, I think that's everyone. Shall I set course for Cardano? Might I ask that we delay our departure slightly? I require no more than a few hours at most. Our colleagues are studying the cocoon even as we speak, and I would hear their latest observations ere we proceed. It would seem wise to gain as clear an understanding of the situation as possible before formulating our plan. Oh? I thought time was against us. How foolish of me. Oh, you want out, Izzy? Hang on, I'll let you out. There you go. Want out? Go. Go if you're going. Go. Hold your tongue. When we want your opinion, we'll ask for it. Oh, shit. Forgive me, my lady. I shall keep my counsel until such time as you have finished procrastinating. All right. While Alphino speaks with his colleagues, I shall fly the Excelsior over to Mordana and we can reconvene at the Rising Stones. Mine apologies for the trouble. I shall visit Y'shtola and the others forthwith and join you as soon as I am able. Psychotic, pray accompany Elise back to the Rising Stones. I shall feel safer knowing you are present to entertain our guest. Right, everyone heading to Mordana is welcome to travel aboard the Excelsior. I'll clear things with the girl at the counter here. Let her know when you're ready to leave. You got it, bro ham, bro migo, bro tato chip. Brocaroni and cheese. You are traveling with Mr. Garland, sir? The Enterprise Excelsior is right this way. Not quite a door-to-door service, but I couldn't exactly land her in the toll's main square. Shall we adjourn to the Rising Stones, then? Oh, look at that big ugly fucker over there. Level 50. Yep, we sure are getting there.
So these are the fabled headquarters of the Scions. It never ceases to amaze me how primitive you Eorzeans truly are.
Oh, I'll have you know that the Rising Stones is home to the very latest
I got it on
Magitech
Steam.
innovation.
If you get it on Steam, you can go to the workshop.
Mark 14 Thermocoil Boil Master, and it's the finest kettle I've ever had the pleasure to own.
Yeah, if you go and you buy it on Steam, right? And then like if you want to do custom zombies and stuff like that, you open up your Steam. When you go into your library, you click on Black Ops, it'll open up like the Black Ops 3 page in your Steam. In those like tab sections there, you click on Workshop. And then you can like select which, like you can pick which maps and stuff you want to download. But yeah, I got mine on Steam. It was a $60 game, but that's because there's like a never-ending amount of custom zombie maps you can play, so that's why. But yeah, get it from Steam. It's $60, but you'll never run out of zombie maps to play, like ever. And we can play that together too.
We are returned. Well, Ida and I, at least. Ishtola and the others remain behind to continue their assessment of the binding magic.
There didn't seem much point staying just for that, so I decided to come back with Alphino. Papalimo bought us this time. We shouldn't waste it.
By your leave!
Okay, now we can figure out who the fuck this guy is.
Good gods, that voice could fell a gigas.
This is the Rising Stones, domicile of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I enter at the invitation of one Lord Urianger.
Lord.
I spy you there, Shadow Walker. You always were a hard one to find.
Yugiri, do you know this man?
Gosetsu, why are you come to Eorzea?
In search of you, Yugiri. For days and nights did I row across the angry sea. I made port in good spirits, only for my own flesh to betray me over the trifling matter of an empty belly. Collapsed in the street like an unfed stray I was, until Lord Urianger came to my aid. Over a most welcome meal, we spoke of the plight of Doma, and I learned of a... But now...
Fuck!
It is not so simple, Gosetsu. There are obligations which bind me here.
You refuse? Did you mislay your oath during your flight from our homeland? The laws of hospitality must be honored, but surely the vow to defend your master demands the greater obeisance.
It was our master who bid me guide our people to safe haven by any means necessary. And it was the scions you see before you who provided us succor and sanctuary when all others refused. Dire peril or no, were I to return without first repaying such hospitality, our master would cut me down at the threshold.
Mayhap that is so.
There is more. A crisis threatens all within this realm, Eorzean and Doman alike, and I go to play my part in its resolution. I will not bring shame upon our liege by abandoning my people or my duty.
How very noble of you. Now, in the name of honor, kinship, and, yes, practicality, might I suggest we get this expedition underway? Or would you rather debate the finer points of duty and leave Omega to the Empire?
The Empire? You, Giddy? You draw steel against the curse of Garlemald? Then why did you not say so?
Yeah, bro.
My blade is oath-bound to fall upon the ranks of the Imperials wheresoever they march. Lead on, Shadow Walker, and may the enemy tremble at our coming.
Yeah. Get it. Come on. Psychotic, wait, can I speak to you for a moment? Do you remember when I had you meet me at the Diamond Forge and we, ambushed you? Well, once we had your measurements, I set to work making you a traveling outfit in my spare time. I've only just this moment finished the stitching, but I wanted you to have it before you left. Here. You can try it on right now if you like. I'm gonna come back looking weird. Or badass. Oh my god. The fucking monocle, really? Assuming we measured correctly, the fit should be just right. Snug, but not too snug, if you know what I mean. So, how does it feel? You're not just saying that, are you? Oh, I can't tell you how much this means to me. To have crafted something worthy of the Warrior of Light it's... Well, let's just say it makes all the practice worthwhile. Yeah, right, that big dude ready to fight anybody. He don't give a fuck. I also sewed in a blood pearl charm to, you know, bring you home. May it always protect you. I don't like the monocle. The rest of it I don't really mind, but I do not like the fucking monocle at all. At all, bro. Fly free, my pretty. So we have to wake up Omega, right? When do we start? Ida, are you sure that's... I'm sure, yes. I won't lie and say I'm completely fine, but I'll feel a lot better if I'm doing something useful. Very well, I will remain here and continue coordinating our efforts with the Alliance. Alphino, mayhap you could return to Gridania and assist Y'shtola and Cryo? A fine suggestion. The rest of us will form the Cardinal Expedition Party. Nero and I will focus on rousing Omega while Psychotic, Ida, and our Doman friends take care of security. Ooh! The Excelsior is by the lake just outside of town. We'll leave as soon as everyone is ready. It's another quest down. We haven't far to go. With any luck, we'll be in Cardano before Gosetsu graces the deck with his dinner. Once there, however, we had best be on our guard, given that Aline Royale was still active when Omega was discovered. We can be sure that the Empire has long been aware of its existence, and if Nero deemed it the obvious solution to the threat posed by this new primal, it's not impossible that Garlemald might do the same. Have your weapons ready and your wits about you. Something tells me we're flying into a fight. Fucking do it. Yeah, that dude is fucking huge, bro. That is, yeah, it's not a lie. No joke. That dude's fucking a monster, bro. Gosetsu.
Now, where was that? Ah! I've enabled the teleporter. One brief jump and we shall arrive in Omega's control room.
How convenient. You've been here before.
Of course. It was no easy task threading a path through all the skirmishes. But how could I ignore the existence of...
Trust? Aye. I trust your appetite for technology.
I chased down a suspect airship, and who should I find but the traitor?
Ed Garland.
Searching for something, engineer? Something big? It's close, isn't it? It's like all my name days have come at once.
Of all the scouts the Empire could have sent. Take care of that brute, will you?
The next main quest is the last one before Stormblood.
Can't let Nero tinker around in there by himself. I'm sorry to leave you to it, but I dare say you'll manage without me. This clod has no idea who he's dealing with.
I am...
Samurai. Let's get it, boys.
This will sting. No retreat. No surrender.
I have you.
This guy don't stand a fucking chance, bro.
You watching, Papalulo? Your defense is lacking.
Steel!
No holding back!
Leave this to me.
Tis my right to strike!
It's all over now.
An opening.
Yeah, he's a samurai. That's what it seems like to me. You wouldn't be the first time. Are you still playing with those soldiers? I suppose I can lend you one of my toys, but only if you promise to give it back. Alright, Magitech armor, let's go, bro. Behold, the Red Baron, now end this nonsense. Oh yeah. What the? No one told me they'd have Magitech armor, forward for the Empire. The honorless cur thinks to abandon his men. I shall see that he shares their fate. Pray attend to the rest of his minions. You got it, samurai guy.
You watching, Pabalimo?
Leave this to me.
Look upon a samurai of Doma!
This one'll sting.
No retreat. No surrender.
With soul and steel!
No holding back.
Your defense is lacking.
It's all over now.
An opening.
Tis my right to strike!
You watching, Pabalimo?
Leave this to me.
Look upon a samurai of Doma!
This one'll sting.
No retreat. No surrender.
With soul and steel!
This guy don't stand a chance, bro.
No holding back.
What's going on? Died. Yeah. Pabalimo, he sacrificed himself to seal the primal. He sealed the primal inside of this big thing.
I have you!
It's all over now.
Opening.
Nice. You haven't seen the last of me, mark my words, it'll be you who is blah 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 blah. You who rules this day. Yeah, Papalimo. Yep. Sacrificed himself. Well, as far as we know, he's dead. The spell that he did, only one person in the history of the world, like the game world before him, there was only one person before him that tried that spell, and that was Alphino and Alice's grandfather, and he died using the spell because it was so strong.
Garland?
But Papalimo also had that giant stick thing
side.
that we got
It's
the other
waking
days,
up.
so... There's a chance he's still alive. We don't know for certain that he's dead. People in this game have a tendency to come back, so... we'll see.
Remarkable. Omega sensors immediately detected the presence of the cocoon, even at this distance. They must have been set to scan for sources of energy exceeding certain magnitudes.
I still don't see any means to control the machine directly. It seems to have been designed to act wholly autonomously. Once we release Omega, we can be fairly certain it will attempt to capture the Primal at Belsar's Wall. Assuming its mission is successful, our only option at that point will be to re-engage its stasis system and put it back to sleep.
And should the machine happen to misbehave, we'll simply initiate an emergency shutdown. I confess we don't yet have a complete grasp of its capabilities, but I'm certain the details will not elude us for long.
Well, I understood less than half of that. So, my question to you is, are we doing the right thing? I suppose not. All right. Step aside, Sid. Is this the thing I need to press?
Yes, that's the one.
You gave too much for us to waste this chance, Papalimo. So this is for you. And me.
My guess is that this isn't gonna work, and we're either gonna have to fight the Primal anyway, or it's going to work, and then they're not gonna be able to shut it back down, and we're gonna have to fight Omega.
The launch sequence has begun. Omega is loose.
That really did not sound very good, man. Let's see what this Omega does. I've never even seen Omega before. So now we can see it for the first time as he's about to break out. And there's Omega. at that, dude. It looks gorgeous, bro. That looks so good. Fight scene looks awesome. It would have been really cool if they would have let us control the Omega ship during this fight. Like, that would have been super cool. Get his ass, Omega. That shit was crazy, dude. Wow. Shook the whole fucking ground, bro. This was all just underwater a minute ago.
Huh? Omega has stopped transmitting. But that shouldn't be. I didn't engage the stasis system.
And what does this signify? I have little understanding of these contrivances.
The launch went exactly to plan, but all signals emanating from Omega have ceased. This may indicate any number of things, but we will need to join the Scions out in the field if we are to ascertain which one.
Right. I've ordered the malfunctioning beast to go to sleep. That should prevent any unfortunate mishaps. I suggest we make our way back to Gridania.
I don't think it's done, dude.
Omega destroyed the cocoon. Papalimo's spell is fading. It was bound to his ether, you see. And if the connection is broken...
What's up with the tattoo on her neck fading away? What the fuck? I'm so confused by that. What the hell was that? What was that? What does that signify? I'm not sure why we lost contact with Omega, but I mean to find out. Let's be on our way. One moment everything was functioning perfectly and the next it wasn't. It makes no sense. We need to see what happened for ourselves, and soon. So this is the last quest, and then the one after this next one sends us into Stormblood. The far edge of fate. Words can ill express how glad I am to see you all unharmed. When Omega came hurtling towards the cocoon, everything dissolved into chaos. I have to see it. I have to see it with my own eyes. Ida, wait! We must first... The Elder Seedseer is expecting us. We're not, Alphino. Gosetsu and I will watch over her. You may safely attend your meeting. My thanks, Ujiri. The council reconvened a short while ago. Let us make haste for the Lotus Stand. All there are eager to hear your testimony. Yeah, I thought so. Conjurer's Guild, that's where I gotta teleport to. Yeah, last one before Stormblood. Finally did it, guys. Woohoo! Oh, wow, we got Emmerich and everybody here. Emmerich, Roban, Merlwib, Kane Senna, Elder Seedseer. My friends, full eagerly have we awaited your return. Few indeed could have discharged the duty entrusted to you, and most humbly do we thank you for seeing it done. You are too kind, Elder Seedseer. As I recall, we as good as demanded the right to try. But tell me, how did the battle unfold? We succeeded in waking Omega Eye, but we lost contact with the weapon shortly after it launched. From our position in the control room, we were blind to all that followed. What words could do justice to such a scene? None of my choosing, that much is certain. But I can give you the facts. The cocoon hatched even as Omega arrived, and from its midst rose a great dragon. The pair duly set about each other in the skies over Gir Abanya. The primal's might defied belief. It seemed the very heavens would be rent asunder by the force of its blows, and it wielded such magics as I've never seen, and hope to never see again. The battle raged on with no end in sight until both combatants were engulfed in a blinding flash of light. When the radiance faded, I saw the pair fall motionless from the sky, coming to rest somewhere on Alamegan soil. I will not speak for the rest, but to my eye it seemed that each had landed a fatal blow upon the other. While most among us could think only of Bahamut when looking upon the primal's form, the Domans were heard to whisper the name Shinryu. It would appear that the being resembles a creature of Far Eastern legend, and we have found it convenient to refer to it as such. This Shinryu's fate, and indeed that of Omega, is yet unknown. We have alas no eyes on the Girabanian side of the border. Which is why we have sent our main force under the command of Marshal Tarupin to capture the wall. With the Imperials in disarray, we have the perfect opportunity to secure Gridania's border and assess the aftermath of the impact. I myself will join the Marshal and his men when the council is adjourned. Yeah, about time, that's true. Well, that explains a few things. I'll wager that flash of light coincided with our loss of contact. Lest you wonder, we quickly re-engaged Omega's stasis system, so even if it has fallen into the Empire's lap, it will be of no use to them, save perhaps as a statue. Correct. Without me to guide their efforts, it would have taken them decades to decipher Omega's core functions if they managed it at all. Such reassurances do much to calm our fears, yet the relic's fate is but one of several concerns. Indeed, I humbly submit that the time has come for us to make contact with the Resistance representatives in Girabania. Though Ilberd has forced our hand, it would seem only logical to seek an alliance given the inevitability of Imperial retaliation, and by working in concert, it is not impossible that Alamigo might finally be wrested from Garlemald's grasp. You must be exhausted. I would ordinarily suggest that we retire directly to the Rising Stones, but I wonder if we might first make a small detour. Y'shtola and the others have gathered at Amariso's spire, and I imagine that you too would be interested to see what has become of the wall now that the cocoon is gone. It is decided then. Lead on. Please let us get there and find out that fucking, like, I really hope we get there and find out that Papalimo is still alive, bro. Like, please let him still be alive, man. Please let him still be alive. Be a samurai when you play and as big as that, dude. I don't know when you unlock the samurai. I know I have the soul of the samurai. It says level 30. So I'm thinking that you could probably unlock him either at level 30 or at the end of the base game, one or the other. So you might have to pick something to start off with, like a rogue or something. But yeah, once you unlock the ability to, then yeah, you can go ahead and get the samurai soul crystal. That's why I was saying earlier about how, like, you can play all the jobs as one character. You just have to, you just have to do the quest to unlock the soul crystal.
I cannot well express how
glad I am to see you both unharmed. Crystal, you just equip the soul crystal, equip the weapon, and boom, you're good.
You need not have worried. The battle took place far above the ground. We were able to observe in relative safety, though I'm given to understand that there were casualties on the far side of the wall.
It was like watching a nightmare unfold before our very eyes. Ilberd's primal manifested in the form of a colossal dragon, a being of pure violence. It burst forth from the cocoon with such terrible force.
That such a horror should spring from the eyes of Nidhogg comes as no surprise. Nor do I wonder at its form. Ilberd all but announced it in the moments prior to his death. Plainly, it was his dying wish to visit a second calamity upon the Empire.
And I am quite certain the abomination would have obliged had it not found itself outmatched by Omega.
No, I don't.
Gods.
I don't.
I am no
I'll
stranger
wait.
to the works of Alag,
I'll figure it out.
was
Like, it'll
unprepared
tell
for the
me
machine's
eventually what it
furiosity.
means. I don't like getting a bunch of spoilers and stuff like that. I like being able to figure it out, because then, like, if I have you tell me what it means now, like, yeah, I'll know what
And
it
how fares
means
poor
now.
Ida in the midst
But
of
at
all
the
this?
same time, when
Have
it
you spoken
actually
with her?
shows what it means in the game, I'm not gonna have that
She's up on the
authentic
platform, lost
reaction
in
to
thought.
it, you know what I mean?
We
So,
deemed it best not to disturb
yeah.
her. But mayhap she would welcome some
You
company
know,
after
telling
all.
me how many quests I
Shall
have
we?
until the next expansion, you know, whatever, that's one thing, but that's actually part of the storyline. And come to find out, the reason why he was acting the way that he was acting is because there's something going on with Ida and this path that she's supposed to walk in. Like, she has, like, a specific destiny, pretty much. And I'm guessing that that tattoo
The light's
disappearing on
gone.
the side of her neck
It was all we had left of him.
has something to do with her destiny and this
Ida.
path that Papalimo says that she is supposed to walk on
I don't
her
blame
own.
anyone. I knew what was going to happen. I knew the spell Papalimo meant to cast would drain away his life force. I knew that it would only buy us a little time.
Wait, she's got long hair?
Ida, there is no need to explain.
It's the
But there
first
is.
time we've ever
I can't
seen her
hide in
face.
Papalimo's little shadow anymore, and I shouldn't hide behind my sister's mask. 20 years ago, on the day the Empire marched into Alamigo, I was still just a child, not even 5 summers old. My father had been one of the leaders of the revolution. He had fought to overthrow the Mad King, Theodoric. And my sister had fought alongside him. But she was strong and kind, and always knew what to do. But when the Garleans came, everything changed. My father went to war against them too, and I never saw him again. After that, I remember a lot of running. My sister dragged me for malms and malms until we came to the city of Charlian. That was where she met Master Louis Soir. He introduced her to the Circle of Knowing, and she eventually became an Archon.
She was your inspiration.
I don't know how
Is
many
that not
quests
why you
there
took
are
up her
in
mask and her
Stormblood.
name?
Sure.
Or did you
I'm
simply
probably
mean to
there. I'm sure
continue
there's
what she'd
probably around
started?
100, if not more. I heard Stormblood isn't
You've
quite as
known all
long
along,
as
haven't
Heavensward
you?
Sword was, though.
That I wasn't Ida.
Of course. We all recognized you at once. 'Twas Papalimo who persuaded us to maintain the charade.
It was silly to think I could fool you. I knew that even then, but I
So
sort of
this isn't even Ida. This is her
decided
sister.
not to know.
Have over 100 main quests. That's what I figured. This isn't even Ida.
Ida died 6 years ago, on a mission to smuggle refugees out of Alamigo. They say she was overwhelmed by Imperial soldiers when she stayed behind to save a little girl. She was so strong. There must have been a lot of them.
So this is Ida's sister. So... why did you never tell me?
I'm sorry for lying to you. My real name is Lise.
Please.
When Papalimo brought me Ida's mask, it was meant as a keepsake, but I decided I wanted to be his new partner, to keep alive all the good that she had done. I didn't want to become Ida, exactly. At the time, though, I still didn't know who I was myself, and it almost seemed easier to play the role. Papalimo agreed to help, of course, but it was never what he wanted for me. He wanted me to walk my own path, and those were his final words to me.
That's what he meant when he
The
said you
Archon's
have your
mark he
own
gave me has
path.
faded, and my last excuse along with it. So this is it. Whatever I choose to do from now on, I do as Lys. And I choose to continue my family's fight. I want Alamigo to be the country that Ida and my father always wanted it to be.
Okay, so now we find out that it's Lys instead of Ida, and she still wants to continue the fight and keep helping us, so that's good. Found out what was going on with the tattoo.
Do you regret standing against the Empire? Would you have chosen a different road, knowing what you know now?
To claim that I never doubted the decision would be a lie. But I made my choice, and I have defended it with blade in hand ever since.
The battle continues, and our steel is needed. Come, Shadow Walker, we leave for the east, for Doma.
So is Ujiri leaving the storyline then, for now? Okay, reach level 50 and have Stormblood expansion. Okay. Though she has scarce begun to come to terms with Papalymo's loss, the one act made her plain. That one act made plain her determination to move forward. And should she ever falter, we shall be there to support her on this road she has resolved to walk. Let us return to the Rising Stones. We have quite a story to tell to Taru and my sister. And there it is.
Children of the land, do you hear echoes of truth clear? Two souls intertwined, one true love they did find, bringing land and heavens near. But flames that burn full bright soon fell dark. Memories dimmed by shadowed hearts.
I can go ahead and skip past all of that. I'm not worried about that. Nice, man. You may have mentioned, but Elfino has apprised me of all that came to pass in Gridania. Our only task now is to rest. This is the calm before the storm. Lys has chosen her path, and as her friends, we must do what we can to support that choice. We are fated to join the conflict in any case. Once the Alliance has taken the wall and opened the way to Gir Abanya, we will have little choice but to fight. Which is not to say the cause is unworthy. After all, ignoring the plight of those whom one might conceivably save is not wisdom but indolence, correct? I, for one, look forward to joining hands with the Alamegans and striking a blow against the tyranny of the Empire. As I rather suspect, do you? There's Pippin. Quick march. The Imperials will soon come to their senses and we must be ready to face their retribution. There's Daddy-o. It's almost time, Father. Aye, almost. Stand firm, Pippin. I learned to brace myself against the charge of the Bull of Alamigo. No foe will dislodge me. Roban, yeah. Very well, Ilberd. I will take your homeland back. For the both of us. Who the hell's this? Somebody in the Empire dressed by, like, guessing by his clothes. My Lord Viceroy. Our scouts have confirmed the preliminary reports. Baelsar's wall has fallen to the Eorzean Alliance. The hunt for Omega and the unknown Icon continues. Though both yet elude us, my lord, their battle caused considerable damage across the region. Should we perchance divert some of our forces from the search to undertake necessary reconstruction work? Forgive me, my lord. I did not intend... Your will be done. Unknown? My spies tell me the Domans call it Shinryu, and that it proved a match for Omega. Yes, the coming days promise to be most interesting. Most interesting. At the far edge of fate, the road begins anew. The heroes look to eastern skies and behold their crimson hue. A dawn of liberation, a gathering storm of blood.
The question is,
that armor is
how will the
badass.
Empire respond to the disappearance of Omega and the Primal?
You are definitely right there.
I didn't see you there. Forgive me. Word from Baelsar's wall is proving long in the coming, and my mind cannot help but stray to grim places.
Alphino, a message from the Alliance.
It's about time. Pray summon the others at once.
Yes, sir.
General Uldin reports that his forces have secured the breach in Baelsar's wall.
And what of the Primal and Omega?
There is still no sign of either at this time. He writes that they will begin a more thorough investigation shortly. And, as expected, he wishes to petition the aid of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
As expected.
The Alliance's decision to capture a part of Baelsar's wall is open to interpretation.
The wall serves to demarcate Imperial territory, Alamigo included, from the rest of Eorzea. To an observer, the Alliance's actions could be seen as a prelude to invasion.
Indeed. And the Alliance leaders have no wish to be branded invaders.
You're saying they won't
Little
fight for
character, it's
Alamigo?
just adorable. Oh
Even
yeah,
after
it's
everything
Ataru.
that's happened?
Yeah, she's awesome.
Not without the consent of her people, no. Make no mistake. However, they will not set foot in Gyr Abania until they have formally secured the consent and cooperation of the Alamigan opposition.
They would have us act as intermediaries.
Precisely. The Scions are unique. Who better than you to broker an agreement between the Alliance and the people of Alamigo? Assuming you are willing, of course.
Of course I am. You know I'd like nothing more.
As for who should accompany you on said diplomatic mission, I had a mind to volunteer myself.
Well, that covers the talking part. But you just know there'll be trouble along the way. Are you available?
As if you have to ask.
Thanks. It means a lot knowing you'll be there.
I too shall accompany you. Such endeavors are seldom hampered by a surfeit of healers.
Good point. Allow me to offer my services as well. I have spent quite enough time here of late, so I'll be coming, but we will need someone to keep an eye on things. I trust you have no objections?
None, my lady. Gladly shall I continue to serve as caretaker of the Waking Sands, and there keep watch for signs of primal and Ascian activity both.
As capable
Great
as
job,
my learned
buddy.
friend undoubtedly is, there are some troubles that may prove too much for a single scion, on account of which I mean to stay.
It is settled then. Let us each see to our preparations. Ready, my friend? Well then. Tataru, I leave the rising stones in your capable hands.
Don't worry, Alphino. I'll see that the place is still standing when you come back.
Better be.
Mistress Y'shtola has unfolded all. You are bound for Gyr Abania?
Aye. The Alliance would have us make contact with the Alamigan resistance as soon as possible.
It begins then. As soon it shall in Doma, if the gods are good. 'Tis but a pity it must be now. I am sorry that we shall not be present to fight beside you in the battles to come.
You have stood with us countless times, Lady Yugiri. Pray do not apologize.
Then let us thank you instead. You and yours stood with us from the first, when we came to this land as refugees in search of sanctuary. Loath am I to think what might have become of my people, had you not extended to us the hand of friendship. We will never forget. This I solemnly swear.
Much has changed since first you set foot on these shores. Revenant's toll stands as a testament to that. I'm sure your people will manage in your absence.
Yeah, Samurai's pretty popular.
Indeed. They have built a new home for themselves and no longer need me to shepherd them. The time has come for Kosetsu and I to return to our master, to our home. I know how you feel. It's time I went home too.
Though our battlefields be 1,000 mounds apart, our purpose is one. That all men hearken to the clarion call of freedom, of liberation, from Eorzea to the far east, that they may rise up and cast down the curse of Garlemald.
Take care, you hear me? When all of this is over, we're going to celebrate, together. Just you wait.
I should like that very much. Fare you well.
A 1,000 moms apart, then yet united in purpose. Let us pray both our endeavors meet with success, shall we then? Wait, not just yet. I knew I'd forgotten something important. Lise, could you come with me? Me? What now? Alright then, if you insist. Yeah, that's Ida's clothes. She's gotta give you your own outfit. Gotta get your own clothes there, girly. There we are. That's much better. Except for the sports bra. Should definitely put a t-shirt on. What do you think? As you can see, I designed it to be light and loose, an outfit tailor-made to the needs of a skilled fighter like Lise. Your work never ceases to impress. Much more of this, and I may have to stop introducing you as a Scion's receptionist and start referring to you as our preeminent seamstress. It's lovely, Tataru, thank you. I feel like I could take on a legion. I'm glad you like it, and with that, I'll delay you no longer. Safe travels. Then onward to Girabanya. Our first stop will be at Amariso's Spire in the East Shroud. That was weird. There was like a little black piece on the screen there for a second. All are present and accounted for. When you are ready, my friend, pray. Inform the officer that we wish to proceed into Girabanya. Ah, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. We were told to expect you. Shall I summon someone to escort you to the wall? Level up 64, and I learned a new ability. Yes, sir. Oh, this is a storyline.
I remember crossing the border, standing in Girabania once more. Me and my fellow scions, the warrior of light among us. Behind us, Baelsar's wall cutting the land in two. Freedom on one side, tyranny on the other. Tyranny and the promise of a new beginning. But one that could only be bought with flames and blood.
Stormblood. What? Come on, don't tell me that's the whole story. Isn't there supposed to be like a whole movie for it? Greetings, Scions. On behalf of the Eorzean Alliance, I welcome you to Castrum Oriens. Thank you, General. We are relieved to hear that your forces secured the wall without incidents. Have the Imperials made any attempt to retake the Castrum since then? None, save for a few skirmishes between our scouts and their patrols. We've had barely any contact with them, but we all know it's only a matter of time before things escalate. As if attacking Baelsar's wall weren't enough, Ilberd summoned a primal right on their doorstep, and Garlemald does not like to let such a show of defiance go unanswered. It was a declaration of war, even if it was not Ilberd's to make, and now we are bound by it, for weal or for woe. The Scions stand ready to serve, General. What would you ask of us? As stated in my message, the Alliance will not proceed without the support and cooperation of the Alamegan people. We would have you serve as our emissaries and make contact with the Resistance. Consider it done, General. We will not let you down, I swear. Then I'll leave you to it. Godspeed. Ha, of all the Castra in the world, you walk into mine. Master Garland, what brings you here? A certain missing Elegant weapon and Draconic Primal, Omega and Shinru. I think the Shinobi called it. Anyway, we've been studying their trail of destruction, hoping it might lead us somewhere, which it has singularly failed to do. Then 'tis like Omega fell to Earth in occupied territory, meaning it may already be in Imperial hands. Even so, it bears repeating that we engage the stasis systems. Assuming the command was received and executed successfully, the weapon will be of no use to them. Assuming we should hurry up and find it regardless. All the more reason to reach out to the Resistance. If we want to press on into Girabania, we'll need their blessing. Everyone's counting on us. Let's not waste any more time talking. I should be switching over to level 61 MSQ here soon. As you've probably heard, there are plenty of factions in the Resistance, so I'm taking us to see the one with the most influence. Their headquarters are located in a place called Ralger's Reach, an old temple to the east of here across the Velodina River. I learned a route that should allow us to avoid Imperial patrols. Stick with me and we'll be there before you know it. Yeah, can't fly here. Never been here before. You don't want to fight me, tough guy. Still with me? Good. From here we'll head northeast towards the river. The water's not too deep, so we won't have to swim. So I was reading up on the classes, and apparently there's a class called Blue Mage. It seems interesting. Yeah, to be honest, not many people like Blue Mage. If that's something you want to do, then by all means go ahead, but I don't see any soldiers. Good, let's cross. You're wondering about the tower to the south? It's part of the Castellum Valladina. That's what the Imperials decided to call the old bridge after they fortified it. I call it a great big eyesore. Honestly, you can see that rotten banner from absolutely malms away. They never miss a chance to rub our noses in it, do they? Come on, we should keep moving. Yep, see, so there is aether currents here. I really wish it would just let me fucking use my compass, bro. I don't understand why it... I'm gonna have to have that as my primary, but another class is my main advancement quest lines, because apparently you can't advance in the main story as a blue mage. I didn't know that. We're here. On the other side of this pass is Rhalger's Reach. So you say, but all I see are rocks. I presume there is some sort of trick to this? Indeed, a glamour. Good eye, Y'shtola. I take it they have a talented mage in the ranks, or mayhap an artificer trained at the modification of glamour prisms? Something like that. The important thing is that it fools the Garleans. Oh, before we go in, I don't know if Kataru told you, but my friend Nago, the messenger who came from the Rising Stones, is a member of this faction. So they know us, and they shouldn't attack us on sight. That said, they can be a bit jumpy. So let me lead the way, and don't go reaching for your weapons or anything. And with a sparkle of demasking dust, it is all laid bare. I think this is where I'm gonna end the stream at. I gotta wake my wife up and stuff anyways, so. Go through this, quick little cutscene here.
I remember the old stories, how the Breaker of Worlds came down from on high and cleft the earth with a single blow. Rhalger's Reach, a holy place and a fitting home for the resistance, for the brave and the true, the loyal sons and daughters of Alamigo. They were waiting for us there, men and women whose souls still cried out for what was lost, for what could be ours again.
A pleasure to see you again, and Kyle and Y'shtola, without whose help I might not be standing here today, at least not so soon. Oh, yeah, that's that chick that showed up all fucked up, huh? Then we got Methbred and Conrad. Alright, well, let's go ahead, we'll log out, return to the title screen. I just want to start the story for this. Start the video for this and see if it's anything that we've seen yet. Yeah, we haven't seen this yet. Alright, so I don't want to show that quite yet, because we haven't gotten that far. I love the way the Stormblood intro looks, by the way, too. Alright, well, we've been live for, apparently since the Blue Mage learned spells from those who they defeated, so the devs consider it a OP class meant for solo play. Oh, an OP class. Okay, okay. Yep, yeah, so that's something that you'd want to do then. You would want to go in and, like, do the main quest with, do the MSQ with other things, because then once you finish, that's my plan, my plan is to go through, do the entire MSQ, probably as a Dark Knight, And then after I do the MSQ, I want to switch over and I want to try Samurai for DPS. And I want to try the new Reaper class as well for DPS. So that's my plan, is to just take what I'm, the characters I'm using already, tanks, and go all the way through the story with the tanks because they're the easiest. And then once I get like a full, really good, firm grasp on everything that's going on, then after that I'll start switching and doing the, the DPS and the magic and, all of that. Healers, I'm gonna end up doing healers last because they're a pain in the fucking ass to do. But yeah, so with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. If you guys like what you see, go right ahead and drop a like on the video. Smash that like button. I'd really, really appreciate it. We were able to get our goal of 10 likes the other day, which was absolutely amazing. I was super, super excited to finally hit that 10 like goal. And it's still sitting at 10 likes, which is awesome. If there's anybody that sees this and wants to be able to get notified for future streams, whether it be Final Fantasy or Fortnite or whatever it may be, go ahead, hit that red subscribe button. Make sure you ring the notification bell so you guys never miss any notification about a posted video, about a stream starting up. You'll never miss anything with the channel as long as you have your notifications set to receive all notifications. So as far as I know, I don't think I'm going to be able to stream the next couple days because I work really long shifts the next 2 days. So, best I could say is just keep an eye on your phones, tablets, PCs, whatever it is you guys play on. Just in case I am able to maybe squeeze a couple hours here, a couple hours there, I'm not sure. But it all depends, because if I can get home from work tonight and be able to like go to sleep before 11 and then be able to be up at like 5 so I can start to stream at like 6, then I might be able to stream from like 6 to 9, you know what I mean, or something like that. I'm not sure, but yeah, so just make sure you guys keep an eye on everything. That way, if I do decide to go live in the next couple days, you guys will know about it. I do work the next 3 days after the next 2 days, but those are days that I work later on in the day. It's not such a long 9-hour shift. So I will probably be live those days as well. So yeah, I mean, until either 3 days from now, definitely, or possibly a surprise stream at some point in the next 2 days. Until that happens, this is Psychotic. Out.